There's a place in the Atlantic Ocean where ships vanish without a trace, where aircraft disappear from radar screens, never to be seen again, where experienced pilots lose their bearings and entire crews abandon their vessels for reasons we may never understand. This is the Bermuda Triangle, also known as the Devil's Triangle, a 500,000 square miles of ocean bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. Over the past century, dozens of ships and aircraft have vanished within its borders. Some disappeared in calm weather, others sent no distress signals. Many were never found. Not a single piece of wreckage, not a single body. Nothing. What happened to them? Let's investigate one of the world's most enduring mysteries. December 5, 1945. Fort Lauderdale Naval Air Station, Florida. 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers prepare for a routine training mission. 14 men, experienced pilots, perfect flying conditions. Flight leader Lieutenant Charles Taylor had over 2,500 flight hours. This was supposed to be a simple navigation exercise. Fly east, practice bombing runs, then return home. They'd be back in time for dinner. At 3:45 p.m., the tower received an unusual transmission from Taylor. "Both my compasses are out. I'm trying to find Fort Lauderdale." Both compasses? That should be impossible. But somehow, Taylor had become completely disoriented. Looking down, he saw nothing but islands and ocean. Everything looked the same. He couldn't determine where he was. The base tried to guide them home. "What's your position?" they asked. Taylor's response was chilling. "We don't know where we are. We think we must be about 225 miles northeast of base." If that were true, they were over the Atlantic Ocean, far from land. Against protocol, Taylor made a fateful decision. He turned the squadron west, thinking they were over the Florida Keys, but they weren't. They were flying further out to sea. As daylight faded, their fuel ran low. The last transmission came at 7:04 p.m. One pilot was heard saying, "All planes close up tight. We'll have to ditch unless landfall." Then, silence. 5 aircraft, 14 men, gone. A rescue mission launched immediately. A PBM Mariner flying boat with 13 crew members took off to search for survivors. It never returned. A ship reported seeing an explosion in the sky shortly after the Mariner took off. The search plane had vanished too. In one night, the Bermuda Triangle had claimed 6 aircraft and 27 lives. But Flight 19 wasn't the first mysterious disappearance, and it wouldn't be the last. March 1918. World War I was still raging. The USS Cyclops, a massive 540-foot naval cargo ship, departed Barbados for Baltimore carrying 306 crew and passengers. The Cyclops never sent a distress signal. It simply vanished between Barbados and the east coast of the United States. 306 people, the largest loss of life in U.S. Navy history not involving combat. An extensive search found nothing. No debris, no bodies, no oil slick, no wreckage. The mystery deepened years later when the Cyclops' 2 sister ships, the Proteus and the Nereus, also vanished. Same design, same route, same mysterious fate. 3 identical ships, all lost in the Bermuda Triangle, all without a trace. January 1948. The Star Tiger, a British passenger airliner, disappeared while flying from the Azores to Bermuda. 31 people aboard. The last message? Weather and performance excellent. 1 year later, almost to the day, its sister aircraft, the Star Ariel, vanished on the exact same route. December 1948. A DC-3 passenger flight with 32 aboard vanished approaching Miami. December 1967, the luxury yacht Witchcraft radioed the Coast Guard about a minor problem just 1 mile offshore. The Coast Guard arrived 19 minutes later. The Witchcraft had vanished. February 1963, the Marine Sulphur Queen, a 524-foot tanker carrying molten sulfur, disappeared with 39 crew members. The pattern repeated throughout history. The Ellen Austin in 1881, the Raifuku Maru in 1925, the Carol A. Deering in 1921 found abandoned with food still cooking on the stove. Ships found drifting with no crew, aircraft vanishing in clear weather, experienced navigators becoming hopelessly lost, all in the same region. The Bermuda Triangle had earned its reputation. So what's really happening out there? Scientists have proposed numerous theories. Methane gas hydrates on the ocean floor could release massive bubbles that reduce water density, causing ships to sink rapidly. Rogue waves, monster waves over 100 feet tall, could overwhelm vessels without warning. The triangle sits on one of the few places where magnetic north and true north align. Compass variations could confuse navigators. The Gulf Stream, one of the world's most powerful ocean currents, flows through the region at over 5 miles per hour, potentially sweeping debris far from crash sites. Human error plays a role. The Caribbean is a challenging navigation area with numerous look-alike islands and cays. The weather is notoriously unpredictable. Tropical storms develop rapidly. Waterspouts, tornadoes over water, form without warning. More exotic theories emerged over the years. Some claimed electronic fog caused time distortions. Others believed Atlantean technology or extraterrestrial involvement explained the disappearances. But what does the science actually say? Here's what researchers discovered. Statistically, the Bermuda Triangle is no more dangerous than any other heavily traveled region of ocean. Thousands of ships and aircraft pass through safely every year. When you account for the volume of traffic, the disappearance rate is actually quite normal. Lloyd's of London, the world's leading maritime insurance company, doesn't charge higher premiums for ships passing through the triangle. The U.S. Coast Guard officially states, in a review of many aircraft and vessel losses in the area over the years, there has been nothing discovered that would indicate the area is more hazardous than any other. The mystery, it seems, was largely created by confirmation bias and media sensationalism. Writers focused on unexplained cases while ignoring the thousands of safe passages. Some famous disappearances were later found to have mundane explanations: mechanical failure, storms, or navigational errors. Many incidents attributed to the triangle actually occurred hundreds of miles away, and yet the legend persists. The Bermuda Triangle has become a cultural phenomenon. Books, documentaries, and movies continue to explore its mysteries. The name alone evokes a sense of danger and the unknown. Modern technology, GPS navigation, satellite tracking, improved weather forecasting, has made ocean and air travel far safer. The mysteries of the past are less likely to occur today. Still, some questions remain unanswered. Some disappearances defy simple explanation, and perhaps that's what makes the Bermuda Triangle so compelling. It reminds us that despite all our technology and knowledge, the ocean remains vast and powerful. Nature doesn't need supernatural explanations to be mysterious. Today, ships and planes pass through the Bermuda Triangle every day without incident. The mystery coexists with routine travel. The Bermuda Triangle, where legend meets reality, where the explained and unexplained share the same waters. And somewhere beneath those waves, the answers to some of history's greatest maritime mysteries may still be waiting to be discovered.